Welcome to the Cullom-Davis Library at Bradley University. Today we'll be learning tips and tricks for basic searches in Academic Search Complete. Academic Search Complete is a huge database containing about 13,800 journals from many different fields, with 9,000 of these in full text. Since ASC is so big, it's considered one of the best databases to start searches on nearly any topic, especially those important in multiple fields. Many of the sources in Academic Search Complete are peer-reviewed as well. If you're accessing Academic Search Complete from off-campus, you may be asked to provide your BUNet ID and password before you can get into the database. If you're not sure what your BUNet ID and password are, check your admissions paperwork or call the service desk. When you start your search in Academic Search Complete, you'll see 3 search blanks. Into each blank, add one chunk of your topic. For example, if you're searching wildlife conservation for elephants in reserves, use one blank for each part of your query. Use quotes around your phrases to search for them as phrases, but you don't need them around single words. The default search mode in ASC is selective field. This just does keyword searching. It's not the best for finding everything on a topic, but good for getting started. But if you have a known citation you're trying to find, you can search ASC in other ways too, like title, author, and many more. But we'll start with selective field, which is keyword searching. Before we search, though, there are some ways to limit our search. Find them by scrolling down to search options. There are lots of options here. The 2 most handy are the peer-reviewed box and the published date range. If you click the peer-reviewed box, all of your search results should come from peer-reviewed journals. If your assignment restricts you to information from a certain date range, like the last 10 years, you can enter that into the date published spaces. Then your results should be within the time frame that you need. Now that we've built a beginning query and applied some limits to it, we can hit search and see what results we get. For our wildlife conservation plus elephants plus reserves search, we got 76 results. Now it's time to look at what we got so we can find the best articles that ASC has on this topic. Start by scrolling through your list of results. Next to the number, you can see the title of an article as well as its citation information. Beneath the citation, you can find the subject terms applied to this article in Academic Search Complete. Look for an article that seems like a good fit for your topic. Read the title first, then click on it in order to read the abstract, also known as the summary, of the article. After you've read the abstract, if the article still seems to fit your topic, you can access the full text. Look to the left of the article title. If the article is in ASC in full text, you can click on HTML full text or PDF full text to access it. ASC also has other full text options. If you see linked full text beneath the citation, as in this example, click on it. It will take you to another database where you can access the full text, such as this example, which is stored in JSTOR. When you have the full text, you can read it now or save it for later. The best way to save it is to email it to yourself. You can do that by clicking on the envelope icon to the right of the open article. Once the email screen opens, put your own address in the email to blank. It's up to you if you fill out the subject or comments. But before you click send, look at the options on the right. If you click on citation format and select your required format, like APA, you can send yourself the citation for this article as well as the article itself. Now that you've chosen the format you need for your works cited, click send, and then when the email confirmation comes up, hit continue. Congratulations! Now you've got an article in your email inbox that's relevant to your research, and you also sent yourself the citation. When you're ready to explore more articles, click on Result List at top left. Sometimes, as you're looking through your search results, you'll find an article that doesn't seem to have full text available, but looks interesting. Click on the title anyway. Read the abstract to ensure this is an article that fits your topic. If you're still interested in it, click on Check Full Text Availability at left. On the next screen, you'll see some possibilities for article access. You may see only 3 options: iShare, request through interlibrary loan, or search the article on Google Scholar. When you only have these options, click on Search the article on Google Scholar first. If Google Scholar has the full text, you'll see it at the right of the citation as a PDF or a web address. If Google Scholar doesn't have the full text, you'll see nothing there. If it is the case that Google Scholar can't find a full text option, close the Google Scholar tab and come back to this one. Click on Request through Interlibrary Loan. Through a program called Iliad, you can have the article sent to you digitally as a PDF. You will be taken to Iliad, the program you use to request articles that we don't have digital access to. You log into Iliad using your BUNet ID and password. If you've never used Iliad before, watch our video on using Iliad to get started. You should now have a basic understanding of how to search Academic Search Complete and get the articles you need from it. If you get stuck, no worries. Contact your Bradley University librarian via email, phone call, or visit. We'll get you unstuck. Thanks for using Academic Search Complete to do your research at Bradley University.